Hi, my name is Thomas Harold. I'm Exhibitions Coordinator at Cornerhouse. At Cornerhouse we've got 3 floors of gallery spaces and 3 cinemas, as well as a cafe and a bar. The galleries show a regular programme of temporary exhibitions, usually about 2 to 3 months long each. So we have 6 shows a year, and usually they take place across all 3 galleries. The show we have on at the moment is called Contemporary Art Iraq. And we collaborated with a partner organisation who operate out of Kurdish Iraq, and they have a strong network, lots of contacts throughout the country, and they're called Art Bowl, and their whole agenda is supporting cultural exchange and understanding and improved relationships between Iraq and the Western world, so primarily UK and USA. So the way that they do that is supporting artists and cultural projects. So they've taken a lot of Western-based artists to Iraq, and the intention of this project was to showcase Iraqi-based artists. So not artists who have left Iraq and are currently based in Europe or America, but artists who still live in Iraq and are working from Iraq. So we sent a call for submissions across the country, and we had many submissions from artists all over Iraq. Which we were really surprised by, because it was quite difficult to contact people in Baghdad or Basra or Mosul, the places which have been really damaged by sustained conflict for 10-20 years. So it was a great effort to broadcast this information across the country, but we managed to get a lot of good submissions, and from these submissions we selected 19 artists, and their work is ranging from video to photography to painting, sculpture, sound installation, so really a whole range of different contemporary art forms. So the agenda from the outset was to showcase contemporary artists from across the country, to be as representative as possible by including artists from the north and the south and from the middle of the country. So we were quite successful with that. So we have got a broad sweep of artists from all over the country and a broad range of different artworks. And we were quite conscious from the outset that we weren't going to concentrate just on the war and just on the recent conflict, although we expected that that was inevitably going to play a big part in the ideas which the artists were tackling. And it was really interesting that the work that came the work that we were seeing coming from Iraq wasn't overly preoccupied with the war and with the conflict. People were dealing with a range of different ideas. So that was really refreshing, because like people who come to see the exhibition now, when we were initially receiving all of these submissions and seeing the work coming through, we didn't know initially what to expect. So like everybody else in the West, you always see the same story over and over again on the news of people being blown up in terrorist and secular violence atrocities. So this is a great corrective to that one narrow depiction. So you're seeing a much more rounded insight into life, how people live their lives, in how people get on with their lives, and the range of different issues that people are drawing, the tactics that people draw on to survive and not be overly preoccupied with the war and the conflict. So, for example, one of the artists is called Bahram Taib Amin, and it's his photographs behind me. They look like paintings. They look almost like Renaissance era photorealist paintings, but actually photographs. He's deliberately photographed himself in these different traditional outfits. So he's looking at, they're very theatrical and dramatic, overly, well, the staging is sort of very self-conscious. So he's looking at the different cultural identities from the country. So you've got people from the north and from the south in these traditional folk outfits. So by adopting these different personas, these fictional characters himself, is rehearsing the different identities which are currently jostling next to each other, trying to find a place as people from different backgrounds learn to live to get along, hopefully in a peaceful and integrated way in this very multicultural environment. So one of the truths about Iraq is that it's extremely multicultural and has been for a significant amount of time. It's only recently that multiculturalism has degenerated into secular violence. And so the exhibition is on from the 16th of April till the 20th of June, and it's free to enter. Exhibition opening hours are Tuesday to Sunday, open from 12 till 8, every day apart from Sunday when we close at 6. So it's a late night opening, so you can come and see the exhibition, perhaps if you come and catch an evening film, because we have film screenings in the evening times as well. So as I say, yeah, free to enter, 3 floors of gallery spaces, and there's also a free brochure to accompany the exhibition, which goes into a little bit more detail about the show. The fact that we broke up the work into 3 different ideas, not really themes, not as restrictive as that, but each gallery addresses the work from a different point of view. So Gallery 1, where we're in, is called Of Time and Tradition. So this is looking at the contact between traditional cultures and modernisation, globalisation. So the impact of contact with the outside world, globalising influence on traditional culture, traditional identities. Gallery 2, on the second upstairs from here, is called The Changing City. So that's looking at the urban context and the effort to rebuild cities and nation build after the widespread destruction and damage to infrastructure, and how those efforts to regenerate need to be negotiated with people's lives and the way that people existed beforehand. And the top floor gallery is called Protest, and that's looking at different ways that people have expressed defiance to situations, whether it was war or oppression which they lived through, or other human rights interests which are more contemporary. So those range from, say, documentary style photojournalism through to quite jubilant projects which are really showing defiance and a sort of